Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Lynn Voss. I'm with GoldenCare. I've been here almost 15 years in a marketing support role, assisting the regional directors with quotes, supply requests, any number of different things, product knowledge, answering questions. And today I'm going to explain where on the Golden Care Agent website you are able to find a lot of the forms, the brochures, application kits, and things that you would need to write business with most of the products in our insurance portfolio. We have quite a group on today, so I'm just going to slowly get started here. Like I already mentioned, it'll be primarily on the Golden Care Agent website. So I'll go ahead and bring that up. I recommend visiting the Golden Care Agent website, not entering it through a search engine such as Google or Bing, but I would recommend, like I had just done, typing it right into your browser's address bar. It'll prevent some confusion for seeing different things in a search engine. You'll go right where you need to go. And again, that website is goldencareagent.com. So most everything on here won't require a username or any login credentials to access. I'll go ahead and blow this up so you can see. And the main place that we're going to be is actually here. Under Agent Resources, there is an option that says Get Supplies. Now I am actually just going to click that. So getting supplies, whether it's for Medicare materials, new plans that have recently been launched, the traditional long-term care insurance programs that we offer, any of the short-term care alternatives, True Freedom, we have nearly everything that you need available through our website. We tried to make it just as easy as possible. So when you visit, again, it's under the Agent Resources menu and just click Get Supplies. On the page that comes up, this is really the hub. Everything that you might need, you should be able to find through here, at least to make things as simplistic as possible. So the first one here, it's allowing you to submit your supply order through an interactive form on our Golden Care Agent website. So I'll go ahead and click that and let you see on this page. Like I said, it's an interactive form that you'll be able to enter some of your information, selecting what you need. Even on this form, you'll be able to get to some of those other options. Back on that first page, the main hub I was mentioning, these other options, the alternate ways to request supplies, you'll be able to access those same links here on this page as well. So this is something when you submit a form request, it will actually deliver that request directly to the Golden Care supply team. And I'm just going to go through and try to fill some basic information in just super quickly. Okay. As I go through, I'm just going to really briefly fill in some information. Just so that way you can see as you put information in, when you do your state and select the company, it will actually adjust and show what information is available. So for example, if we switch to a different carrier, you'll see that the product offerings will change. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with Mutual of Omaha here. You can actually select what you're looking for. Some of these do have quantity maximums. If you just call into the office or if you send an email, these may not be apparent, but our supply team is glad to let you know things like underwriting guides, a sample policy, certain things. It's usually one, or if you're working with a agency where there's multiple agents, usually just a handful's plenty. So once you submit this form, you can give specific instructions or even provide some shipping details. Once you hit submit, like I said, this will generate the request and it will be sent directly to GoldenCare's supply team. Now, most of the materials that we have in-house, uh, those things can be shipped relatively quickly. We can get them out. If need be, we can do overnight, 1 day or 2 day shipping. We can get those to you usually with enough time to spare before an appointment. Some things will actually come drop shipped from the various carriers. We do have quite an extensive array of forms in our supply department, but obviously we can't keep everything. So some supplies do get drop shipped from the carrier. So this is the online form where you can request hard copies. Going back to that hub, we had just gone through that online supply request. Another option, and this is probably one of the most popular, is the ability to use iPipeline to search, view, and download your own forms. So this is actually something that Mutual of Omaha uses. There's quite a variety of different companies, Thrivent, One America, some of those different companies also use this platform. We actually have an agreement and we house this library within our website. Um, it's not universal, not all of our carriers use it, but it should help with a lot of what you're looking for. So for example, this here, you can select your carrier and your service type. I'll go ahead and put in marketing. You can select your state, the product type, and of course, depending on the carrier, there may be fewer or more options, just depending on which carrier you're looking at. But then I'll go ahead and once you've put in your selections with each of those fields and hit search, it does populate quite an array of different materials. It'll go through with sales ideas, both consumer facing as well as agent facing. The actual product brochure. They have claims information. One of those options that I mentioned before, let me go back to it, the sales ideas brochures, and I know that the actual product, the consumer sales brochure is here. If I go back to the main search, as you can see, it's quite a lot that populates. And if you go to new business, you may have caught a glimpse of it even on the previous screen. As you go through and make your selections, some of the necessary forms are actually highlighted in yellow. So in this case, it includes the application packet. It may not always be that, or it may be various components of the application packet, but some of the most important forms will actually be shown right at the top. Also, as you're looking at this iPipeline form library, you can see that you are able to change the elections. And what you're able to do is if you do want the application packet and perhaps a couple other forms, you can actually package those together. So this blue line across the top, it's actually a very large button, and it will allow you to put all of those together as one attachment into an email, or it will allow you to print all of those forms one after the other to whichever printer you have set up. So it makes it really, really easy. If you're not going to do that, what you can do, you can click the name of each thing and it will bring up a preview. So you can view it there instead of just guessing which materials you need. You can preview to make sure that is in fact the one that you were looking for. Now, going back And of course, it is embedded in our website, so you'll see that the entire screen moves, but yes, even the smaller section does. Be sure you scroll up all the way and you can return to the previous screen using this blue back arrow. Now I had first gone through this upper section for the basic search, and what you can do is search by form instead. So this is a different way if you're a little more familiar with the form that you're looking for. So again, I'll pick on Mutual of Omaha. I may not know the form number offhand, but say I'm looking for a tax document. You're able to search based on keywords or a word that would be in the file name. And as you can see, it populates some of the matching items based on the search criteria. The same thing applies here with the elections, being able to package those in an email or being able to print all of them together. Um, all of this is really handy. And like I said, it does work for many of the companies in our portfolio, but not all. So on our page, on the GoldenCare agent site, we do have this disclosed here. So obviously companies do have their own form libraries within their secure agent portals. GTL, Aetna is one of those. There's several companies that don't use iPipeline for their forms. And if it becomes quite a pain, this is why we make several options available to request forms. We also have the carrier contact information available. If you missed it, I just clicked this link and it brings up their contact information. So in case you're looking for something specific and need the company website, you should be able to click on their link and be directed to the agent website. Now, again, some of these do require secure agent login. Some of the secure agent websites also require multi-factor authentication. So just be aware if this is something you're looking to do, you may have to have some of your passwords, your username and passwords handy. So going back to the main hub one last time, well, maybe not one last time, but there is yet another option. And for those of you who may not be quite as computer savvy or you just prefer paper, we do have that option for you as well. The third, the third link down, it allows you to open, print, download. This is our paper supply order form. Because of the number of carriers and products in our portfolio, again, it's not all inclusive, but some of our main companies, those in our perfect portfolio, are included. Some of the most frequently requested items, brochures, applications, obviously those can be found on this form. We do allow an area for comments. That same iPipeline form search can be found here as well. So this is also a good piece to have just printed and stored perhaps in your desk. If you're just in a quick hurry, you can complete the basic information at the top and just fax that over to us, or you can scan and email that. Just another way to be able to order your forms and materials through GoldenCare. And the last thing is actually not a link, but another way, if you're just in a hurry, perhaps you're on the way to an appointment, try to give us a little more time than that, but sometimes things happen quickly. You can always call GoldenCare. We actually have a direct number to our supply department, which is 888-410-7766. And again, that goes directly to our supply team. You'll connect with someone live and they should be able to help, whether getting some physical supplies ordered or whether just requesting them by email. The alternative is just to call our main toll-free number, the 1-800-842-7799. Anyone in our marketing team, our brokerage team is able to help. And a lot of times, if we can't get them directly over to you by email, we can still submit those types of forms and material requests that our supply team can fulfill. So depending on where your location and how quickly you need those forms, again, there is a little bit of time necessary for shipping them to you, but we try to make things just as easy as possible. All right, so again, that main hub where you have all of the ways to submit your supply order through GoldenCare is visiting goldencareagent.com, and over agent resources within that menu, clicking on Get Supplies. And then you can pick from any of these options to get in contact with someone at GoldenCare so that you can get your supplies, the supplies that you need. I'm just going to take a look. This is a relatively brief training. I just know that not everyone realizes that the forms are available. As I'm thinking about it, one other quick thing I'll mention, and this is for all of the carriers in our portfolio. If you visit one of the carrier pages, we do offer thumbnails of the national brochures. Mind you, these are national, but a single click will actually allow you to open and view that product brochure. So if you're in a hurry and you just need a quick refresher on how a feature works, or if you're working in one of the NAIC states that approve the national versions, this is a really quick way to obtain those forms as well. Okay, well, I will go back to this. This is all of our GoldenCare contact information. Again, the telephone number directly to our supply department is 888-410-7766. You can also email that supply team directly using supplies@goldencareusa.com. Anytime you send an email like that, I do recommend sending it to at least 2 boxes. And by default, we typically recommend the marketing@goldencareusa.com, just to make sure that there's no issue with delivery, to ensure receipt, that we see your email and that someone is working on it. If emailing individuals, this can avoid out of office replies as well. Now, you can also call our main toll-free number, the 800-842-7799. And again, anyone in our marketing team would be able to email the supplies over or get that hard copy supply order to our supply team. All right, so I am just looking at some of the questions. We do have a couple submitted here. Digital brochures. Someone asks, do you have digital brochures for hybrid benefits, One America, nationwide? In fact, we do. And I may have gone through that very last part quickly, where I had gone to the carrier page. So let me do that one more time. Again, product lines, carriers, they're listed here, and One America is in fact one in our perfect portfolio. And for the asset care, the primary hybrid that we work with, which is the traditional, the life insurance, the whole life insurance product with the long-term care built in. The national version of the brochure is found just there behind that thumbnail. Of course, you can find just quick snippets of information as well, issue ages, things like that within our website as well. But having access to that national version of the brochure is really handy at times. Now, someone also asks about iPipeline and where it is. This is something I know agents are capable of having their own iPipeline account, which is a paid service. There are various companies that use iPipeline to house their form libraries. In fact, there are companies that utilize iPipeline in a different way for their e-applications as well. But ours, if you go to goldencareagent.com, any of the pages on the welcome page, you can actually hover over agent resources, and it is the Get Supplies. And this will take you to the main hub. There's quick links too within that menu that'll go directly to the download apps forms. This will get you again to the main hub where you have the 4 options. This is going to get you directly to the iPipeline that's housed within our website. So hopefully that answered that question in a little bit of a roundabout way. It looks like there may be a few other questions, but they seem to be a little bit more technical. Again, if you have any questions or would like some additional details or are wondering how to obtain certain carriers' forms, which you may not have seen in this brief webinar, I invite you to give the GoldenCare office a call. You can call our office at 1-800-842-7799. Anyone in our marketing team, whether that's Manny, myself, Jen, or you can go directly to your regional director, Chris Paulson, John Randall, or Jeff Clark. We are happy to help with any of those forms, whether it be by email or getting that hard copy supply order to our supply team. So thank you so much for joining me today. It was just a really short training video, more or less where to go to find this information on our website. I hope you found it helpful, and hopefully we will see you on some future webinar events. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you have a great day.
Check out our website, goldencareagent.com, or give us a call at 800-842-7799.